Hello everyone, I am Coffee Cake, and today we will be reading more r/relationship advice. Today I'll be putting in my own 2 cents, so please let me know what you think. Anyways, on to the first story, which is titled 27F 30M Thinks Marriage is Nothing But Willing to Lose Me Over It. This is probably my last-ditch effort to try to understand what my boyfriend is talking about. Basically, we've been together for 5 years now. He's 30. At the start of our relationship, marriage was brought up on the first date. I made it clear I wanted to get married at some point. He said he was open to marriage. Fast forward 3 years. I bring up marriage again. Seems like we're doing good. He even asked me to move in. He tells me he needs time. I'm not exactly sure what this time he's asking for entails. He tells me he doesn't understand the concept of marriage. I at this point am very frustrated, so I tell him I can't do this relationship anymore. He asked that we see a premarital therapist. I was very against this because I felt like he was just buying time. I didn't want to be dragged into it. I told him he needed to see a personal therapist. He refuses personal therapy. He tells me if I don't do this premarital therapy, it's me giving up on the relationship. I do it. 12 months of my life taken from me, and he still has no idea what marriage is or why he should get married. So now we're in year 4 and it's fights every single day, essentially because I'm beyond frustrated with him. He takes me to get sized for a ring. I calm down. It's now been a year since getting sized for a ring. I'm over here thinking he's gonna pop the question at any time. It never happens. He asked to try a different form of couples therapy to figure out why he doesn't like the idea of marriage. I tell him, I'm moving out. He's just playing with my emotions. He convinced me to do 4 sessions, and he literally just spent 1 hour each time explaining that he just doesn't understand. I drop out of the therapy sessions. He continues with the therapist one-on-one. I started packing up my stuff. I'm moving out at the start of the next month. I guess I'm here to ask if there's any man out there who can understand what he's talking about. He keeps saying he can see himself being with me forever. He wants to have kids with me someday. He wants us to have a farm. We talked about that. He wants all these things, just no marriage. He'll say marriage is meaningless, it's just a piece of paper, but he's willing to let the love of his life walk away over something quote-unquote meaningless. I'm not staying with him, so I'm not trying to get anyone to convince me. I'm just trying to see if his logic makes any sense to anyone else on planet Earth. Looking for closure, mostly especially because I'm stuck in the same house with him for the next 2 weeks. I'd like to hate him less. Coffee Cake here. So honestly, reading that kind of made me mad. Because what do you mean you can see yourself having kids and a whole farm, but you can't see yourself getting in a damn suit and getting married? The dude needs to get a grip. Would he say his child's birth certificate is also a piece of paper, and that's why he won't sign it? Honestly, really happy for her for leaving the situation, because some people get stuck in the sunk cost fallacy and never leave a situation. Then flash forward 20 years. That guy you had kids with sells your house because, it's just in his name. And then he leaves you alone with your kids. Probably gets with a younger woman. But we were never married. Anyways, let's read some comments. Commenter 1 says, nah, he knows what it's about. He just doesn't want to get married, and you keep staying so he doesn't see a need to actually get married. To which OP responded, that's what I'm realizing by reading all these comments. Probably should have left 2 years ago. Yeah, you should have. Commenter 2. You can't change things. Just don't let him suck you back in. When he realizes you've given up, he will dig in hard to get you to stay. This one seems to be pretty fresh, so maybe in like a week or 2, I'll try to find an update for this one. Anyways, let's start the next story. My 45M partner criticizes every meal I 43F make him. For example, tonight I make tacos. I make homemade pico, shredded cheese from a block, fry him fresh tortillas, shred lettuce, and have 3 of his favorite sauces, plus sour cream. I put effort into it. He always complains about the ground beef. When I first met him, it was taco seasoning that hurt his stomach, and he likes his meat plain. I did it like this, and he would say I used cheap meat, and it was too greasy. And there was no flavor. And why did I not use the taco seasoning packets? I started using the packets and he still complained about the grease. So tonight I bought more lean and grass-fed organic meat. He asked if I used a seasoning packet. I said yes. He was like, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. I told him I bought the expensive meat since he was saying it was cheap meat. But here's the thing, every meal I make this man, he critiques it. Like, isn't that hurtful to do to someone that's cooking for you? He says no, it's just his opinion, and he should be able to tell me his opinion. He clearly likes it though. He eats every bite of anything I make him and never cooks for himself. I've started to think there is a much deeper meaning behind his negative feedback about my cooking. It's like he's trying to put me down, almost like he wants me to feel bad about myself. I told him to just keep it to himself. If it is good enough to eat, then it is good enough to not criticize. He disagrees and feels I should care more about his opinion. I think he's trying to manipulate me, especially too because I am a good cook. The last man I dated made it clear he hated people cooking for him because he was hard to please, but made sure to let me know my cooking was amazing. I also make Thanksgiving dinner every year for my family, and they all tell me I am such a good cook. Anyways, do you guys feel like he's gaslighting me? I feel bad about myself. If so, it's not working. It's just making me think he's an asshole, and I am a great cook. Anyways, I almost feel like he knows it's something I'm good at, so he attacks it, like a shark with blood or something. Edit. I don't know how this just came to my mind and didn't earlier, but he almost never cooks. But last night, he did make ribs, and I made mashed potatoes and green bean casserole to go with it. Well, he burnt the ribs so bad, they were absolutely inedible. I told him not to worry about it, and they weren't that bad, and I even took a few very unwanted bites to make him feel better. I don't know why, I just thought of this, but the difference of how I treat him and how he treats me is insane. And they were that bad because he went and got fast food because he couldn't eat them, but he ate the shit out of my dinner tonight. Coffee cake here. Wow, that guy really sounds exhausting. Like, I don't know how OP can tolerate him. Because what do you mean everything I make is disgusting, but you still eat all of it? Like, stop playing with me. And then you want me to baby you when you make food, horrendous food that you need to go waste more money for because you couldn't even cook it properly? Oh my goodness, this really, really made me mad to read. It's like after the first few times, I would have thought you were doing this on purpose, and I would have stopped cooking for you immediately. I would not go out of my way to go get some grass-fed organic meat just for a guy who keeps complaining about food being too greasy. I bet the fast food he got was too greasy. Anyways, let's go to the comments. Starting off strong with commenter 1. Stop cooking for him. Commenter 2. I would say definitely stop cooking for him, but also sounds breakup worthy even. Like, he just sounds like an a-hole, honestly. OP replied and said, yeah, I am wondering if this is breakup worthy. I want a man I can cook for. It's something to enjoy and I am good at. Commenter 3. It is absolutely breakup worthy. He's intentionally attacking what you're best at to make you second guess your worth. That's a dangerous mindset. This man effing hates you. Leave and find someone who isn't insecure. They have to cut you down for no reason. OP replied, this seems spot on. He also likes to pick on my hair and eyes, and it is two of the most attractive things about me. I told him when he started picking on my hair that random strangers in public will stop me to compliment my hair, and he acted like I was making it up. Well, it's happened in front of him a dozen times now, and my eyes are blue with brown speckles in them, and he calls them dirty water eyes. Like, I have a big nose and would be easy to pick on, but he picks on my two best features. It's really so very strange, and I get it's about him and not about my nappy hair or dirty water eyes, so I don't take it personal, but damn, it's so freaking weird. Commenter 4. It's not weird, it's negging. He's trying to tear you down to make you think you can't do better. You can absolutely do better than this guy. Dump this masterpiece of crap and realize you're too good for him. Love yourself. I'm sure someone will link the book Why Does He Do That, or maybe it's pinned on some of these relationship subs. And now it's time for our final story. My girlfriend, 30F, is upset that I, 28M, haven't proposed on our 3-year anniversary trip. Hey, people of Reddit! As the title suggests, my girlfriend is upset with me because we just finished taking our 3-year anniversary trip. We went out of the country to celebrate 3 years, and prior to this trip, I thought about proposing, but chose against it for multiple reasons. 1, the ring wasn't ready yet. I have a custom jeweler making one for me that she picked out so she knows it's coming. 2, We have another tentative trip in August to travel to see her family, and I was going to use that to propose because she would be surrounded by her friends and family. What's the best way of cheering her up or avoiding upsetting her more without telling her my plan on proposing, or is the best thing to do to be completely honest with her? Commenter 1, she just needs reassurance. Just let her know that you love her, that it is something you want and it will happen soon, but that you wanted the anniversary trip to be about your anniversary and the past 3 years together, and that should not be overshadowed. OP replied, appreciate it.